So here is the another example in one-dimensional element in unit 2, in which a thin steel plate of uniform thickness 25 mm is subjected to a point load of 420 Newton at mid depth. The plate is also subjected to the self weight. If the Young's modulus is E equal to 2 into 10 power 5 Newton per mm square, and if the unit weight of density is rho, which is 0.8 into 10 power minus 4 Newton per mm square, find the displacement at each node and stress in each element. So first we are going to assign the nodal numbers. So 1, here it is 2, bottom it is 3, and also the element number, this is the first element, here is the second element. So as the problem statement, 420 Newton is applied at the mid depth. The total depth is here we can say the total length of the element, because in the direction of the force we can call it as a length, because this element is having another two dimensions. One is the top width of the first element is 100 mm, the thickness is 25 mm, so we can read as the length of the first element. So the midpoint 420 Newton is applied. So we have marked the nodal points as well as the element number. Then in general case, we neglect the self weight and extra loadings, traction force and body force, etc. We are all neglecting these forces and considering only the point load, externally applied load. Here they mention to include the self weight because they are giving the density. So we can convert the density as the force quantity. I already stated this formula, rho A L by 2, and the vector 1 1 will give the force in the first node and second node. If you consider two nodes for an element, the force vector due to self weight or the body force can be written with this formula. So here the density is available, area of the first element can be calculated, length of the first element is 200 by 2 into the vector matrix of 1 1 will give the force matrix. So first we have to find out the force matrix. So the step-by-step procedure, ultimately we are going to find out the stresses and displacement. So I am giving the procedure as the reversing order. For the stress calculation we need the displacement, because the formula is the variation of displacement by the length of the element multiplied with the Young's modulus will give the stress. So we have to find out the displacement U1, U2, U3, provided the U1 in this formula is 0 because the top end is fixed end. So U1 need not find out, it is a boundary condition that we can substitute U1 equal to 0. So we can find U2, U3. So how we can find U2, U3? From the equilibrium equation Ku equal to F. So we have to formulate the stiffness matrix K1 and the vectors for the element, first element with the force and the nodal points of the first element, and formulate the second stiffness matrix K2 with the displacement coordinate of second element, also with the force coordinate of the second element. So the displacement at node 1 is U1, 2 is U2 and 3 is U3. The force at node 1 is F1, node 2 is F2 and node 3 is F3. So by solving these equations, by these two equations, you can find the displacement. For this we need the force vector F1, F2, F3. So we have to combine the self weight of force F1 at node 1, and the node 2 is connection with the element 1 as well as 2. So we get the self-weight force of F2 in addition with the point load applied at that node 2. So the point load quantity is 420 and node 3 vector will have F3. So we are going to find out the value of F1, F2, F3 by using the density, and we have to add additional 420 Newton at the node 2. So it is directly applied as the external force. We have to add in the force matrix. So these are the reversing order of the step-by-step procedure. So now what we are going to do, we have to find out the F1, F2, F3 value. So for the element number 1, so I am going to form the force matrix for element number 1. The density is 0.8 into 10 power minus 4. Area, what is the area here for the element number 1? The area, you can remember, it is width into thickness. Width into thickness. Because in this formula, the density is multiplied with the volume. Volume is nothing but area into length. So one element, one parameter we are mentioned as the length of the element. So how we can fix the length of the element? We can fix the one dimension as the length in the direction of the force or in the direction by which the element is extended. So it is in this direction. So we can fix 200 mm as the length. So from this B1, which is equal to 100 mm, the width T1 is specified as 25 mm, that is the thickness, and L1 is specified as 200 mm. Similarly for the element 2, B2 is 80 mm bottom width, T2 is already specified 25 mm, and L2 is same 200 mm. So with this available data, we can write A1 as 100 into 25 into the length 200 by 2 and the vector form of 1, 1. 25 into 200. So which is the force F1 and F2. So if you simplify these terms, it will give 20. So 20, 1, 1, which is equal to F1, F2. Or we can write 20, 20. F1 is 20, F2 for the element number 1 is 20. So these are the force values for the element number 1. For element number 2, the same expression I am going to use for the element number 2, rho A2 L2 by 2 matrix 1 1, which is F2 and F3. F2 and F3 for the element number 2. So rho is 0.8 into 10 power minus 4. Area 2 is 80 is the width. Thickness is 25. Length is 200 by 2. The matrix 1 1, which is F2 and F3. So if you find the value of this constants, it will give 16. 16, the matrix of 1 1, which is F2 and F3. So we can write as 16 and 16. The matrix 2 cross 1. So we have to assemble the force matrix. We have to assemble all the force matrix, combined force vectors as F1, F2, F3 by considering the point load as well as self weight. At the node 1, there is no external point load, so directly F1 is the answer. For the node 2, there are two forces by considering separate elements. One is 20. For the element 2, it is 16. And also we have to add the point load, that is 420. For the third node, it is only 16. So finally, the force vectors 20, 456 and 16 is the force vector relatively for F1, F2, F3. Now we are going to use the equilibrium equation. Equilibrium equation is K matrix U vector which is equal to the force vector. So we are going to assemble for the element number 1. Already we derived the stiffness matrix for the bar element as, so what is the stiffness matrix for one-dimensional bar element? It is AE by L 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. So we can use here the area 1 A1 E1 by L1 1 minus 1 minus 1 1 into the displacement vector U1 U2 for the element number 1, which is equal to the force vector F1 and F2. So this is the equilibrium equation. Now we can substitute the A1 value and E1 value. So A1 is B into T, that is 1000 into 25 into E1 is 2 into 10 power 5 divided by L1 is 200. So 1 minus 1 minus 1 1 and the vector form of U1 U2 which is equal to the force vector. We know F1 is 20, F2 is 456. When you simplify this, you get common 10 power 6. It is 2 into 2.5 into 10 power 6. If you calculate this constant value, I am keeping 10 power 6 as a common and I multiply 2.5 to the inside of this matrix. So 2.5 minus 2.5 minus 2.5 and 2.5. U1 U2 which is equal to 456. So keep this is equation number 1. For the element 2, so I am writing directly AE by L. The area is 80 into 25 into 2 into 10 power 5 by the length of the element is 200. 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. U2 U3 vector which is equal to F2 F3. So while calculating the constant value, it is 2 into 10 power 6. I am keeping 10 power 6 as a common outside. I am multiplying 2 inside with the matrix. So 2 minus 2 minus 2 2. U2 U3, we know the value of F2 F3, so it is 456 and 16. So you can keep this is equation number 2. So we have to solve the equations 1 and 2. So multiply inside the U2 U3 vector. So 2 into 10 power 6 U2 minus 2 into, before that we have to assemble as the global stiffness equation. How we can assemble the global stiffness equation? You put U1, U2, U3 reference to the column. We have U1, U2, U3 reference to the rows. And here it is F1, F2, F3. So this is called assembling the global stiffness matrix. Assemblage of global stiffness matrix. So now I am writing the previous equation number 1 here. 10 power 6, 2.5, 2.5 minus 2.5 minus 2.5 and 2.5, which is for u1 u2, which is for u1 u2. So now you take u1 u1, u1 u1. You have to write the cofactor of u1 u1 here. So where the first equation consists of u1 u2 quantity, the second equation consists of u2 u3 quantity. So we can omit the second equation because there is no u1 in the second equation. So concentrate on the first equation u1. So u1 u1, here the value of the position value is 2.5. So next u2 u1. So u2 u1 is also available only in the first equation. So it is minus 2.5 and there is no connection between u3 and u1. So it is 0. Here u1 u2, again u1 and u2, it is minus 2.5. Minus 2.5. Here u2 u2 is the common for the element 1 and 2. Because you have the u2 u2 value as 2 here and also the u2 u2 value is 2.5 here. So we can take this 2 plus 2.5 as 4.5 and u3 u2 you can get it from here. So minus 2 and also u2 u3 is minus 2. All other elements are 0. So this is the assemblage of global equilibrium equation. So now you consider the boundary condition. What is the boundary condition? I already told the displacement at node 1 is 0 because of the fixed condition. So you can neglect that particular row and particular column. So you can neglect the particular row of u1 as well as the particular column of the u1. So assemble the remaining matrix 4.5 minus 2 minus 2 0 and u2 u3, which is equal to f2, you know the value 456 and 16. Now the equation is simplified, so you can write as the individual equation. So 10 power 6 is followed as a common value outside the matrix. So 4.5 into 10 power 6 u2 minus 2 into 10 power 6 u3, which is equal to 456. Next one, minus 2 into 10 power 6 u2. Sorry, I think it is 2. So verify the value of u3 u3. The value of u3 u3 is 2. So this is 2. There is no chance of getting 0. So minus 2 u2 and plus 2 into 10 power 6 u3 is 16. So you can solve by cancelling this common term. So 4.5 minus 2 is equal to 2.5 into 10 power 6 u2, which is 472, which is 472. 2.5 into 10 power 6 u2 is 472. So you can get the value of u2 as 472 by 2.5 into 10 power 6 is the displacement. So what is the value? 1.88 into 10 power minus 4 mm we are getting. So substitute in the any one of the equation. So I am taking 4.5 into 10 power 6 u2 minus 2 into 10 power 6 u3 is 456 is equal to 456. Now I am substituting 4.5 into 10 power 6. The u2 value I got 1.888 into 10 power minus 4. minus 2 into 10 power 6 U3, which is equal to 456. So 4.5, if you multiply this, so you get 849.6. So if you bring this 456 to this side, it is minus 456, and you bring to that side 2 into 10 power 6 U3. So finding the U3 value, it is 1.968 into 10 power minus 4 mm. So we got the displacement as U2 is 1.888 into 10 power minus 4 mm. U3 as 1.968 into 10 power minus 4 mm. So now the next step is to find out the stresses. Stresses in the nodes. The displacement can be, stresses in the elements. The displacement can be found out at nodes, but the stresses is available at the elements. The stresses at element 1 and 2. So first at element 1, we know the equation of the sigma, that is E into du by dx. So I am extending E into U2 minus U1 is the difference of displacement by the length is L1. E is 2 into 10 power 5, U2 is 1.888 into 10 power minus 4, minus U1 is 0 by 200. So this will give the value 0.188 Newton per mm square. So kindly check these answers. For the element 2, sigma is equal to 2 into 10 power 5 U3 minus U2 by L2. So 2 into 10 power 5. U3 is 1.968 minus U2 is 1.88 into 10 power minus 4 divided by 200. So this will give the value 0.008 Newton per mm square. So we got the answers. Kindly check these answers and we'll meet in the next problem.